So it happened today. Google has officially announced that it is entering into the gaming market, and with it, they are entering into it with the Stadia. And the Stadia is something just out of this world crazy. Like, this stuff is things that I dreamt of happening for video games for so long ago. Gaming as a streaming service is something I've dreamt about for a really long time. Ever since Netflix has been a thing, I always wondered how would video games be if they were like a streaming service like Netflix, and it looks like we're finally getting it, and we're getting it a lot sooner than I thought. Personally, I thought we weren't going to get this till we got like 5G or something like that, but it looks like we're going to be able to get it later this year, and it's just a little bit crazy. But what I want to do with this video more than anything is just kind of go over the features that I really am looking forward to with Stadia, and really just my favorite ones, just personally sharing with you guys what I think is really the highlights of everything they talked about. But of course, I also want to quickly go over what Stadia actually is, because it seems like some people are confused on what this is even to begin with. Also, my light's out, so that's why it's all dark, so I do have one light, but at least you can see my face. At least it wasn't that light that went out. But anyways, that's besides the point. But first, like I said, I'm going to go over what Stadia actually is, and let me just explain for the people who are confused. So, in the simplest terms, Stadia is actually a streaming service for video games, something like Netflix, except like for video games. So what this means is that we are not actually having to own any sort of console that runs the games. All the games are going to be ran on Google servers somewhere else, and from there they are going to be streamed to our whatever we want to have it on. We can play them on phones, tablets, laptops, PCs, TVs, whatever we want. We could play them on them with no stress to any of the hardware we have. Everything is going to be ran on their servers and sent to us, just pretty much exactly how Netflix does their TV shows and movies. They get everything for the movie is actually on their servers, and it's just being streamed to us just exactly like that. That's exactly what this is, except for video games. So we don't have to worry about buying a $400 console anymore, or building a $1,000 PC anymore. We don't have to worry about that anymore, because we don't have to worry about hardware. I mean, there's still going to be a place for, I guess, PCs that are that powerful, obviously, but I mean, for gaming consoles, I don't see a world where they could exist together, because this is really getting everything that is convenient about gaming console and just having all of that and then 10 times more. So I just don't see a world where Xbox or PlayStation release their consoles, if they are releasing consoles, and is a proper competitor to Stadia. Or I just don't see how this works out. But I just am so excited for this, because not only can you stream any game you want, or at least what we know, any game that we're aware of so far, at least games like from Ubisoft, EA I believe was also there, and a couple other major developers. So all those games are going to be able to stream directly to whatever you want again. And not only that, but it's going to be able to stream at 4K with 60 frames a second with surround sound. Dude, that is insane. Everything you have with Stadia is just so crazy, and I just honestly don't know what to make of it. It feels like it's not real, to be completely honest. To have something this amazing happening, I just don't even know. But like I said, the main point of this video is to go over quickly some features that I'm really looking forward to with Stadia, because there are some things that are just amazing to see. But one of my favorite features, and this isn't my favorite one, but it's up there, but I really like that with Stadia, since the game is being ran on some servers and being streamed to whichever thing you're watching or playing it on, it means that you don't ever have to worry about if you want to swap from one device to another. So let's say you were playing on your TV, and then you want to play further on your tablet because you need to go, I don't know, use a bathroom or something like that. You probably shouldn't do that, but just for example. So if you want to continue playing, but you don't want to like shut it down and then restart the game in that exact spot and try to get back to that spot. Instead, since nothing is actually being ran on any hardware you have, you could just tell Stadia to stop streaming to your TV and move it to your tablet, and the exact same point that you were at on your TV will be the exact same point you are now on your tablet, and this will be working between phones, tablets, PCs, and everything like that. They showed the actual example of this at their conference if you guys saw it. So that is something that I'm so looking forward to, and I just can't wait. And another thing I really like is that yes, they'll have their own Stadia controller, but also you have the option to use your current keyboard and mouse. So if you love keyboard and mouse, you could still use that. And if you maybe love your controller, like I don't want to really give up my Scuff right away, you could still use a USB controller like my Scuff is. It's a USB controller. So there are just so many options to give you and so much freedom. And on top of that, you get free cross-platform play as long as the other ones allow it. And the reason why they said that is because PlayStation is a bunch of... And, you know, they for some reason don't want to do cross-platform play right now. So it's just so much things that I like about this. And even the controller itself, and what I really like about the controller, and why the reason I'll probably pick up the controller, is because the controller is never actually connected to any of your hardware. Just like how your game is not being ran on any of your hardware, the controller is never connected to it, because the controller is connected to the servers that's running your game. So it doesn't matter if you swap from your TV to your tablet, the controller is not going to be stuck to your TV. It's going to follow the game because it's not connected to your TV. It's not connected to your tablet. It's connected to the server, and that's just so cool. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I gotta swap my controller out or something like that. Just connected to this now, which has been annoying, because just remember, if you want to swap your PlayStation controller from one PlayStation to another, you have to use a USB cord, program it there, and then you have to program it back if you ever want to bring it back. But this, you don't have to worry about this because it's never even connected to any of your hardware. It's only connected to the server themselves. And that is just such an amazing feature, because I just like how you could seamlessly change between whichever device you want. It is honestly some of the coolest stuff you've ever heard of. Honestly, it just seems too crazy to be true. But anyways, I actually want to talk about a couple other features. And this one has to do with connection, because this is something that I've always thought that would be a nice improvement, but I didn't think they would actually do it. But the latency, or I guess as people call it, the lag, should be as low as possible, because I guess the reason why some lag exists is because of how the information between the clients process, and the clients are you, the server, and the other players, because you have to travel through the internet you have to go from you to your ISP to your server, to the server itself, and then to the other player. But now what it'll be is now from your game to your ISP to the other players, because everything is connected directly and doesn't have to go through all these weird things. It's just the only routes it takes is from you to ISP to Google. That's the only route it takes, because thing is, it's going to be ran all from Google servers, so this should lower latency and lag, and that's just something that is really going to be out of the world if it is a huge improvement. I mean, personally, I don't really experience lag right now all that often, so it's not a big change for me, but it'll be nice for all the people who experience lag and could really help them out. Another thing I really like is that we should never see hacking or cheating ever again in video games. And I know that sounds crazy. I thought the same thing, but then I thought about why it made sense, why we probably will never see it again if we use, of course, Stadia. Because with Stadia, the games are never downloaded to any console or any PC, so you can't get into the files, you can't trick the game into doing whatever you want, because that's how hacking works. Like in Call of Duty, for example, what people would do for aimbot, for it could jump straight to the head, they'll just kind of use the Deadshot daiquiri from zombies and just activate that for multiplayer. And I'm not sure how it works. I'm not saying that works exactly how it is. That's how I've seen it done. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but it's just something that is just you can't do anymore, because you can't get into the game files, because everything, all of the entire game is being ran on Google servers, so you never have to worry about hacking and cheating ever again, except, you know, crazy hacking where they hack into Google servers, which is a bit crazy. I don't think it'll happen all that often. So, you know, it's just something that, again, is just going to make the experience for gaming just that much better. Now I actually want to get into my two favorite features that they actually announced for Stadia, because these two are so cool. And one is called crowd play and the other is called state share. Let's start off with state share, because I like that one a little bit more, because what state share is, it's pretty much making your own checkpoints. So if there's any point that you just want to return to, well, it's actually not made for this, but you can use it in this way. If there's ever a point that you just want to save at, then you can just use state share and you'll save that point, which is cool on its own. But on top of that, you'll be able to do the sharing part of state share, because you could save this state in the game and you could get that state and share it through a link and share it with whoever you want, friends, subscribers, whoever it may be, it doesn't matter. You share with them and they click on the link, and then that will take them to the exact same point that you were at when you made that state share. And that is just so cool, because there's so many times in single player games where you're all like, man, that was difficult. I bet you guys couldn't survive that situation that I did, that I clutched up. And then they could say, well, I could try, and then you save that state with them, and then they could try it and see if they can. And that is just such a cool feature. And imagine how this is for content creators. I mean, imagine you saw your favorite YouTuber or streamer or whatever, and they went through an experience that was, that was crazy, and you want to see, hey, can I do that? And then of course the streamer YouTuber saves that save state, and that shares it with all of his subscribers, and then they can all try that. That's just such a cool feature, and I just like it so much. It's so cool. But of course I want to talk about the other one, which is crowd play. So crowd play is pretty cool on its own, and this one won't affect the average person playing video games, but it will affect the people who play, or yes, watch streamers, and that's the main audience is made for, and of course the streamers. So what crowdplay is that since everything is ran at Google, and Google also owns YouTube, what they could do is that they could put you in a queue, kind of a lobby queue, to play with your favorite streamers. So if they want to play with their subscribers, that streamer, whoever it may be, they can actually set up a queue on their live stream, and whoever wants to play with them could get in that queue, and once their turn is up to play, they could automatically join the game with their favorite streamer, or just the streamer that they're watching. So this can make playing with subscribers so much easier. You guys actually don't believe how difficult and a pain it is currently to play with subscribers. So I think YouTube saw this and we're all like, well, this is a cool feature that I really like. So that they really like, I guess YouTube does, and I like personally also. But regardless, they saw that they can make it better, and that looks like exactly what they did. And that's why I really like crowd play. I know, again, this is going to affect too many people, but for the people who want to play with their favorite streamers, or the streamers themselves that want to play with their subscribers, it is just so cool. It is just kind of heaven sent. It's just so amazing. I love that feature so very much. But it is honestly so cool, guys. I honestly don't think there's something that we've heard that is this revolutionary in gaming ever since video games moved from only being 2D to 3D games. That is actually what I think we're on. We're on that level, because this way of playing video games, of streaming video games instead of having to download or actually own a disc, it's just that crazy, because how easy and seamless everything's going to be. Gaming will never be more convenient and widespread, because think about how difficult it is for the average person to play the game. I mean, think of how much gaming will blow up from this. It's already huge as it is, but imagine how much bigger it'll be, because think of how expensive it is for getting into gaming. You have to buy a $400 console, or you have to build like a $5,000 to $1,000 PC, which is a huge barrier because most people aren't willing to do that. But then on top of that, you have to buy $60 games. But with this, there's no console. There's no $400, $5,000, or $1,000, even way more than that. It could be so much. That barrier, at the minimum $400, the barrier to enter into gaming, that is no longer there. And it will just allow so many more people. Is that actually a way how to word things? I doubt it. But regardless, it's just going to make gaming blow up even more. And I just cannot wait for this. Streaming video games is what I've been dreaming of for so long. And I thought we were going to get this in 5 years down the road, and this is why I just love how fast things advance, and it's just so cool, and I cannot wait for this. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. I want to hear what you guys think about Stadia. Honestly, I'm insanely hyped for this. Like you guys heard, this is what I believe to be the next big step in gaming. It's just, we haven't had something like this in so long that I'm just so excited for this. I really cannot wait for this. I can't wait to see how gaming blows up from this. I can't wait to see all the features that I can integrate with my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And just personally, more than that, just how I can personally experience gaming. I mean, yeah, I guess the creator, features are cool and all, but really, I'm more excited just for what it'll do for gaming as a whole. It's just going to make it so much better and so much of a easier, I guess, thing to get into, because the barrier for gaming, like I said, is to enter the gaming is pretty high right now. So I don't know. I just can't wait, but I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Are you guys super excited for this like me? Do you guys think it's that next step in gaming that I believe it is? Or just tell me what you guys think about it. I love to hear it, whether it's positive, negative, or what. I just want to hear what you honestly think about Stadia. But anyways, that's about it for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm gonna go, and I'll catch you guys next stream video or whatever it may be. But laters, guys.